Hi everyone! I hope you're having a great time. Christmas is coming up, it's just around the corner, so I'm really excited about it. And I decided to make a video about Star Wars and political correctness. I had this idea because I read many of the comments that you left in my review of The Last Jedi, and many of you accused Disney of having ruined Star Wars with political correctness, or you call it liberal identity politics. So I'm gonna give you my opinion in the subject. I really think it's a very interesting debate, as long as nobody resort to insults. So please be nice. I think this issue is mainly divided in two parts. The first one is about the diversity of the cast, and the second part is about feminism, or the female roles in this movie. So I'm going to address those two topics, starting with number one, the diversity of the cast. I'm not bothered by it at all. I actually think it's a very Star Wars thing. I think Star Wars was always ahead of its times, and even though not everyone will agree with me, I think when it came out in the cinemas, A New Hope was an icon for diversity. It stood by diversity. We have the famous scene in Tatooine when Luke and Obi-Wan enter the canteen, and there is plenty of people, plenty of aliens, plenty of species representing a very, very big galaxy. So yeah, the fact that in this movie, or even Rogue One, Force Awakens, we have a very diverse cast. We have Asian actors and actresses. We have black actors, maybe actresses. Seriously, I don't see anything wrong with it. I actually like it. So I'm really interested in knowing why some of you disapprove of these choices. Now, does this mean that I like every character who is not a white man or a white woman, if you want? No, it doesn't mean that. For example, I like Finn alright in The Force Awakens. I think there were some plots that were left behind in this movie. I understood that the guy was brainwashed since childhood and forced to do the stormtrooper job, which for him was mainly cleaning. But I would like to see some repercussion of this time. Some, I wouldn't say like post-traumatic stress disorder, but something that gave me this feeling that the poor guy has really been through a rough time. I didn't see that, but still I think his character is very likable in The Force Awakens, not so much in The Last Jedi. But that's a problem that many characters have in The Last Jedi. Poe Dameron is completely another jerk for me. I dislike Poe much more than Finn, and Poe is a white guy, I think. So yeah, and my feelings for the character are completely unrelated to the color of his skin, or you know, his hairstyle, or his sense of fashion. I care about the character, his personality, his journey in the movie, which was completely pointless, and that's the reason I'm not completely satisfied with Finn. But race has nothing to do with it. Now Rose, I wouldn't say I dislike Rose. I didn't particularly like Rose either. I don't know. As I said, I don't really see the point of the plot they gave her, and I'm totally indifferent. But if she was white, I would be totally indifferent as well. Like, seriously, what does it have to do with it? For me, it's like nothing at all. So yeah, I'm completely okay with having diversity in Star Wars. I don't think it goes against the heart of Star Wars, because as I said, for me Star Wars was an icon of diversity back in the 70s, and it's been that all along. So yeah, if you want to hire Asian, African American, I don't know, whatever, go for it, Disney. I'm not angry about that. And now the second issue, and seemingly more controversial, is the female roles in this movie. Many people are complaining because they say the movie is too feminist. So okay, what can I say about this? For starters, I'm a feminist in the sense that if you read feminism in the dictionary, you'll see it's simply the fight for equal rights for women. And I want equal rights for women and for men and for everybody. Everybody should have equal rights. I think where we live, like Europe, America, Japan, women and men have equal rights where it matters. Now, society is still sexist, and sometimes for example, sometimes I think my life would be easier if I were a guy, yes, only in a few aspects, but at the same time I recognize that my life is easier for being a girl, again, only in a few particular instances. So sexism is real, but I think it has like negative effects for girls and for boys, for men and for women. It's not just like against women. So I'm just saying this so you know where I come from. Now, feminism in Star Wars, well, there was something like if I watch The Last Jedi and I think about it carefully, yes, I understand why some people are complaining, because we have a lot of female characters who are basically flawless, and then we have very flawed male characters. It's true. I also can say that the female characters are quite boring, because they are. Precisely because they are flawless. A character should be flawed. So, you know, a character has to overcome those flaws to really get, you know, that's the hero's journey. And in this movie we have Leia, who makes magic and flies in space. Sorry, I have to say it. And then she spent a whole movie sleeping, and then she woke up and she was fine, and she approved everything the other woman did. I don't see the point of doing that. Like, if this is the last movie that we have with Carrie Fisher, I think like she should have been given like a more important role. She should have been more present in the movie. Also, I understand that nobody knew that Carrie Fisher would die, so I'm willing to look past that. Then we have the other lady with the pink hair. I can't remember her name. But the first thing I noticed about her is that she looked out of a fashion magazine, which in the prequels wouldn't be completely in character, because everybody in Coruscant dressed up. Let's say dressed up. They did dress up. Now in outer space, the resistance doesn't seem to have many means, so it took me out of the movie for a little bit. But again, it's not important. It's just a small detail. Her character arc. Why the hell didn't she tell Poe about her plan? that was senseless for me. That was a stupid way of creating conflict and making the movie more interesting, but completely pointless. So that's what I have to say about her character. Like, everything else is fine, but I was completely pointless. And then we have Rey. I already rant about Rey a lot because I really dislike what they have done to her character. I actually dislike everything about her character because I thought there was a rational explanation for all the abilities she displayed in The Force Awakens. You know, she was a very, very good pilot like Anakin at Luke. She was a very good mechanic like Han Solo. She was fucking good at lightsaber fighting. She was fucking good with mind tricks, using the Force. And I thought they would give us an explanation, which they didn't. She's just good because she's good. And that is a Mary Sue. And yes, I understand what guys are complaining because neither Anakin nor Luke had it easy. They had to fight a lot to get where they were. Their skills and their abilities did not come easily. They have to train for them and they have to suffer. In Rey's case, it seems like everything comes easily to her. So I think Disney made a big mistake with that. I think beside Luke Skywalker, which is obviously the worst thing in the movie, but beside the treatment of Luke Skywalker, I think the biggest mistake in The Force Awakens is that they didn't give us an explanation for Rey's seemingly perfect character. She's just perfect in everything. I don't know how to say it. So yes, this is an issue. Now, I'm not sure if I would blame the political correctness on it. As I said, I was completely fine with the diverse cast. I think it's a very Star Wars thing. It's not a very Star Wars thing that we have all the guys screwing up, because all of them screw up one way or another, and then we have all the women and they don't. Like, one woman dies a hero, and by the way, I think part of me was interesting in that development, you know, when she flies the ship and crashed the First Order with light speed, like she flies the ship in light speed and that way get rid of all the... It was interesting, but part of me was thinking, well, if it was so easy, why didn't you do that with the, you know, Death Star? Why nobody thought about it before? And considering that there was a war going on in the galaxy just 25 years ago, the Clone Wars, I think someone would have thought about it, and probably there was like mechanism in place to prevent that. I don't know, maybe the tractor, and the Star Wars tractor. Oh, a shield, I don't know. I thought it was too easy. But okay, she dies a hero and saves the resistance. Well, what's left of it. And then, yeah, Leia does impossible thing, survives in a space using the Force despite the fact that she was never trained in the Force. And Rey Skywalker, Rey defeats Luke Skywalker, she defeats Ben Solo, she's just perfect. So yeah, I really think that when people are complaining about the political correctness of Star Wars, they mean that. I mean, there is obviously a difference in the way they treated the men and the way they treated the women, and I'm not sure if it goes back to feminism or it just goes to bad character writing. Part of me thinks it's just because the movie itself was terrible. There's a lot of plot holes, a lot of mistakes, a lot of pointless story arcs, a lot of too easy explanations or lack of explanations. So because the movie was so bad, I can't say, yeah, the movie is bad because of the political correctness, but there is some weight to those accusations. So I'm really interested on knowing your thoughts on this topic. Let me know if there is something I missed. As I said, I think saying like too many Asian guys or black guys, that's bullshit. But saying, yeah, there is a difference between the way they wrote the male and the female characters, that's actually true. And it pissed me off. And if it were like the opposite, it would also piss me off. Because I like it when characters are well written. I like it when they are like well-rounded characters. That makes sense. They are likable. They are flawed. Because that's what makes a good movie. Good characters make a good movie. In this case, I didn't see that. So please let me know. I'm really interested on knowing your thoughts in this matter, because it's very controversial. There is even I read several news, and yeah, many people are saying like you're racist or you're misogynist, and I think that's completely missing the point. Again, I'll say many of the comments I read in this topic were rude. They were not polite. So if you feel that Disney is screwed up, you can say that, but no need to resort to insults, please. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if you want, please subscribe, because I'm really enjoying making those videos. It's so much fun. Thank you, bye bye.